I always find it strange when we come to the parsha of Achrei Mot. We just finished Pesach, and we begin reading an entire parsha about Yom Kippur. It just feels funny to talk about Yom Kippur at this time of year. What is the placement supposed to mean to us? Why do we talk about Yom Kippur at this time? And moreover, when you look at the first pasuk and it says, "Vayidaber Hashem Moshe," Hashem spoke to Moshe Achrei Mot, Shnei bnei Aaron, after the death of the two sons of Aaron, Nadav and Avihu. We immediately learn, and they're taught, the first thing that they hear after the death of their children is about the service on Yom Kippur. Why is that the message that they needed to hear right after Nadav and Avihu died? Imagine for a moment how Aaron felt. Imagine for a moment what it was like for Aaron to have to deal with this horrific tragedy, the loss of Nadav and Avihu. What message could possibly comfort him? And I think the answer lies in Yom Kippur. Achrei Mot Shnei bnei Aaron. Aaron is told by Hashem, do you want to know how to continue? You want to know how to pick up? Look at Yom Kippur. Because nothing symbolizes starting over, starting fresh, moving forward than Yom Kippur. On the day of Yom Kippur, we come to shul full of sin, hopeless, not knowing what to do. And after the Yom Kippur service, we emerge with renewed hope, with moving forward, starting over again. That's the message to Aaron. You want to know how to pick up? Look at Yom Kippur. You can move past the tragedy. You can move past and forward from the death of your children, and you can emerge stronger. You could start over, you can move forward. And I think that's a very appropriate message for us after Pesach, during the days of Sfira, during the days of Sfirat HaOmer, when we think about the students of Rabbi Akiva, the 24,000 students who perished. How is it possible that Rabbi Akiva moved forward? In a couple of weeks, we're going to celebrate the day of Lag BaOmer, which is the day that the 24,000 students of Rabbi Akiva stopped dying. It's a very obvious question. Why do we celebrate? Because they stopped dying? That means that all of them died. That's not a day of celebration. That's a day of tremendous mourning. Every single one of them was lost. The message to Rabbi Akiva, the message of Rabbi Akiva, was that on Lag BaOmer, that was the day, not just of the death of his last student, that was the day that Rabbi Akiva picked up. That was the day that Rabbi Akiva went and started teaching 5 more Talmidim. That was the day where Rabbi Akiva decided that I lost 24,000 Talmidim, but I have to start over. I have to move forward. I have to pick up. That was a reason to celebrate. That's why we celebrate Lag BaOmer, because it was the day that Rabbi Akiva decided to pick up and move forward and continue teaching Torah. That's the message that's appropriate for us during this time period. That's the message that was appropriate for Aaron after the death of his sons, to look at the message of Yom Kippur, to recognize that the secret to moving past tragedy is to look at Yom Kippur and recognizing that we could start fresh. That's the message for us in this time period of the year, and in the time period that we are facing today as a nation with recent current events. The message for us of how to pick up, of how to move forward, lie in the message of Yom Kippur. If we look at Yom Kippur, we recognize that we can move forward, we can continue, and we can continue to teach Torah.